Hey everybody, Jem Schofield here with the C47 and another episode of Gearbox. Brand new week and trying to get back into this shooting every Sunday for Monday, so there's a weekly episode. Still a lot of stuff going on, but I'm definitely going to try to do that. Just a week away, or less actually, from Post-Apalooza 2013, so I'm really excited about that. Heading out to Michigan next Friday, going to do a camera movement power-up Saturday and Sunday, and then full day of sessions on Monday and again on Tuesday, all production related, so that's pretty cool. So this setup, I am not actually in my studio setup, the one up there. I am in the old space, which I use for editing and stuff like that. And this is where probably the majority of episodes of Gearbox have been shot. And what I'm doing today is I'm actually shooting an interview which is supposed to match, at least close enough, match stuff that's being shot down under. So I was sent an email with a few stills of how the setup was done, also a video that was actually produced to give me a sense of, composition and things like that. And here I am in this space doing something very, very similar. So what I want to do is show you this setup. I'll fire up. I'm also, now it's just me. So what I'm doing is I'm basically setting up and also being the person interviewed in this particular case. And it's a series of interviews with different filmmakers. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking off camera. I may or may not use glasses. I probably won't. And I'm doing this to make sure that I can get an episode of Gearbox off, but also that both cameras are in focus and that the lighting is fine and all that kind of stuff. So let me actually turn on the iPhone so we can shoot a little video and you guys can see what's going on. Over there is the camera setup. So I've got two C100s. One has a ZEISS 50 on it and the other has an 85. In the videos that were sent to me, it was a single operator and there was a slightly different framing in one shot than the other. So this is sort of my solution to that, to have a tighter shot and actually shoot these both at the same time. And then I have them kind of tucked on the same line pretty much, and I'm just framing myself in the same place in the frame or close to it. So I'll cut to that so you can kind of get a sense, and it may not be perfect, but I might tweak it. From an audio standpoint, here's what I've got going on. I've got the Sennheiser transmitter obviously here in my pocket, and that is transmitting from a RØDE video mic, a RØDE lavalier mic, which is down here. I'm actually shooting something about the RØDE Video Mic Pro, so that's kind of the deal. And then I also have the NT5 cardioid mic, which is on a boom pole, and both of those are running into the handle unit of the C100, so that's both XLR inputs, and of course I'm going to be testing audio here. And then into B camera, I have the ever so trusty RØDE Video Mic Pro, and let me just make sure that it is on. Everything's fine, so that's a good thing. And I'm leaving this in the 0 setting, so I'm not using a pad or any kind of level boost, and that seems to be working fine. My levels on the C100 are around 20, 25, and I like to do this a lot where I run the mic close to the person. I just have it up on a little stand because I get better reference audio that way. Key light here is a Celeb 200, and I have it flagged a little bit so that that light's not spilling onto the background. And then a little reflector, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. I'm using white at the moment. And then over here, I have the dado light being used as my kind of kicker backlight. So this reflector in the original stills was silver. I don't do well as a limey Brit to have a silver reflector, so I'm using the white side. The key light was actually a Diva. I'm using a Celeb 200 set to tungsten as far as the color temperature, and because of the size of the space and what I'm doing, it's I think a good fit for matching. I could have used a Diva, but then I think I would be diffusing that, and the source is supposed to be soft but not super soft based on the stills. So the whole idea is that when I'm looking at this frame, that I'm getting pretty close to what was in the other video. I originally had a Barfly 200 behind me because I really liked that as a kicker light, but I found that when I looked at the stills, there was definitely a harder light source. I think it might have been a Dado, which is what I have up here. It might have been a Pro Light. It doesn't look like it was an RE 150, but I'm not sure, but I didn't see that silver and blue look. And that's basically the deal with this setup. So again, the whole point is to do a setup that's matching something else, which is something I cover a lot when I teach interviews, which I'll actually be doing at Postapalooza. Other than that, carpet on the floor, pretty quiet space. I do have a little sound blanket over here on a stand just to kind of help a little bit, but that's really the deal. And then I just have to listen out for things like, right now there's an airplane overhead, so I want to make sure I'm not rolling when that's happening. So I think that's the basic deal. You guys see what the setup is, and I'll see you guys next time on Gearbox.